Hello, everybody. I am back. Another little tech issue. I don't know what happened. I just totally lost feed. And when that happens, it's super fun because I have to start everything all over. I have to reload all of the products into the carousel and put a new little graphic up and um, basically do the whole thing over. So my apologies. We are running only 1 hour late tonight. But hopefully you hung in there with me because tonight is going to be a really, really great show. I'm beyond excited about it because I am talking about a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, especially right now. So I am Marcy McKenna, in case we haven't met, and welcome to Living Beautifully Over 50. I am 52 years old now, and I am so excited about I've had a little shift in my storefront. Originally, it was beautifully organized by Marcy McKenna, and I do love organization, and there will always be a lot of that in there. But I am finding that all of you are asking for a lot of things that are outside of organization. Beauty and skincare and fashion and travel and home decor and health and wellness. And I was thinking about how the seasons of life change and the things that are important to us change. And I reflected back on when I turned 50 and all the people that were saying, oh my gosh, you're turning 50. What do you think? How do you feel? And I was just thinking, I feel fine but I know why they were asking, because I know that when I was little and I heard about people that were 50 or met people that were 50, that was so old. And that was sort of the end of the road. And I would be in my lazy boy chair and life would be all downhill from there. So that's what I envisioned. And quite the contrary, when I turned 50 and today at 52, I have never been more excited about life for so many reasons. I feel like women, now I get it. I remember when Oprah said 50 is the new 30. And I thought, oh yeah, well, here I am. And I'm almost feeling like it's the new 20. I feel more vibrant. I feel more ambitious and excited and confident and, all of these things that I would not have expected to feel in my 50s. And I look around at so many of the women that are just really having a moment and these entrepreneurs that are just killing it beyond 50, way beyond 50. It's incredible what women are doing right now. And I think about the quote, I hear it all the time, and I say it to my kids all the time about he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. And I apply that to this chapter of our lives. And we have a choice about how we want to live this chapter of our lives. And we can look at it as, oh, it's the halfway point. It's all downhill from here. Or we can look at it as, wow, this is our time to shine. This is the fun time that we've been working toward. And that's genuinely how I feel. I feel, are there challenges in life right now? Absolutely. And the new challenges that 50 brings are completely different than the ones I had in my 40s and my 30s and 20s and as a teenager. The challenges of taking care of our parents as they're aging. And you may have seen my live last week that I did with my mom, which was a ton of fun. But that's something that we never planned for. We never saw coming. We didn't realize the financial piece of that, didn't realize that we sort of become the parents and they're the children. And, there's a lot of challenges. There's menopause, which is sort of this kind of vague thing that you hear about as you're growing up, but you have no idea really what it means and really what's going to happen. And I don't know, maybe you had a conversation with your mom where you knew exactly what would happen, but I didn't. And it was not that we didn't have a good relationship. We have an amazing relationship, but it just never came up. And so there are challenges like that. And with menopause, I will say I'm not there yet, but I must be very, very close because I'm feeling and seeing all kinds of changes. And I actually just got this book. I'm super excited to sit on the beach and read it, the Menopause Manifesto. So I'm so curious if any of you have read it already. I heard it's amazing. But because I just feel like I need a guidebook. Nobody warned me about this thing called menopause. And I love that there's a movement now called menopositivity. And so, I just want to challenge us, if you are watching and you are in your 50s or beyond, to make a decision to live these next years, this part of your life, more beautifully in every sense of that word, in every meaning that it means to you. It's different for everybody. But to really make a decision that these will be the most beautifully lived years of your life. And so for me, there's fun stuff to it. And that's what, tonight's sort of about the fun stuff. It's, I love beauty and skincare and fashion, and that all changes in your 50s. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys about that and to share everything that I've been learning over the past couple of years. Because I do, I mentioned I'm a beauty junkie. I have more beauty products than I think anybody on the planet. And I am passionate about watching YouTube videos and learning everything there is to know and watching the tutorials. And I love reading articles about, what are the celebrities using? What's working for that person? So though I'm not a dermatologist by any stretch of the imagination, I know a lot. And I know a lot just because I'm passionate about it. And I take it upon myself to learn it and to, watch everything there is to watch and read everything there is to read. But most importantly, I try everything there is to try. And so I want you to see me as your guinea pig because I do love trying out new things. I love all the gadgets. I love the products, seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I will share the good, bad, and the ugly with you about all of those things. And so as you know, today, I'm here to show you what I believe and what I have read from dermatologists and articles on what celebrities are using. What are the truly game-changing beauty products for women over 50? But I probably should have said women over 40 because I really do think skin and all of that does start to change in your 40s, just more significantly in your 50s. So I want to do a little bit of housekeeping before I dive into those products. I just want to say welcome. First of all, if you just jumped on, I am MARCY McKenna, and this is Living Beautifully Over 50. And if you haven't been here before, I want to invite you to please hit the follow button and follow my storefront. And hopefully after this live or sometime this week, you can pop in there and see what is truly a very curated collection of the best products, in my opinion, on Amazon. And I think shopping on Amazon is incredibly overwhelming. There's over 90 million products. And, which reviews are real and which ones aren't, and which, you just don't know what to believe until you get it home. And then you're thinking something's going to be really high end and fancy, and it's just a piece of junk and you got to send it back, and that's no fun. So everything inside my store, I have tried, I have used, I authentically love and gift or use myself. Everything I'm showing you tonight, I have authentically used and tried, and these are the ones that, in my opinion, are the cream of the crop. So just know that, and by hitting the follow button, you will always be notified, or I hope you'll be notified. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but whenever I go live, so that you know what I'm talking about, and if it's something that interests you, then I hope that you will jump in and jump in a big way, because my favorite part about Amazon Live is getting to know all of you and you getting to know me and that personal connection that we get to have, which is exactly why I'm doing this segment tonight. It's because it was requested by all of you. So I'm going to just start the chat by saying hi over here, just so you guys, in case you're new here, so you know that it's there. And I want to actually ask you guys a question, and I'm hoping that you will all answer, because I think it's really important for me with this channel, because I see myself as serving you and bringing you what you need. So when I think of my skin right now, and I really want to say to you that it changed like that for me about 2 months ago. And that's why I think I must be getting into menopause. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe I had some kind of an illness or something, but it became so dry, and I was noticing it getting much more dull. I just have noticed so many changes, and so there's specific things that are my biggest challenges that I'm looking for products that are going to address those specifically. I would love for you to just chime in right now in the chat and tell me what your number one biggest skincare challenge is right now. And if you're brave enough to tell me your age, I would love that too. And that's kind of part of living beautifully over 50 is I say we embrace it. I say we go for it. I say we own it. And, really look at this as our best part of our lives. So I hope that you will chime in the chat and let me know so that I can tailor everything that I do toward what your specific issues are. Now, the other thing I want to say, if you've been here before, you know how much I love doing giveaways. So I am going to do a giveaway tonight. And what I'm going to do is ask you guys a question at the end to see how well you were listening. And whoever gets the answer right first will win that giveaway. So I'm going to keep it a little secret what the giveaway is for now. But as we get toward the end, I will share that with you, and I'll ask you the question, and we'll see if you win. And so by being a follower of my storefront, you're eligible for all these giveaways that I do, and I do one in almost every single show. Rita, hello. Rita is 57, and wrinkles are her biggest challenge. Wrinkles are starting to be my biggest challenge, Rita. Definitely. They're much more pronounced than they used to be. So I'm going to dive in, and I hope more of you will be as brave as Rita and tell me what your biggest skincare challenges are. And I really want to encourage you as I'm going through all of these things, because there's a lot. If you have questions that are specific to your needs, or if you want to see something closer or anything at all, or maybe you've tried a product that I don't have here that you think is amazing. And if you can share that with all of us, I think that just makes it so much more fun. So without any further ado, let's dive in to the top game-changing beauty products for women over 50 on Amazon. And I will tell you that I was shocked at how many beauty products are on Amazon. I didn't think some of the ones that I love, I didn't even know they were on Amazon. And so as I started doing research for this segment, I was so pleased. And just one little tip, if you've been here before, you've heard me say it, there are a lot of counterfeiters on Amazon. I'm just going to be honest about that. And so I was always very hesitant to buy beauty products on Amazon. I bought a couple of them a couple years ago, and they absolutely were counterfeit. I had no question about it. So the way that you avoid that, the way you make sure that they're authentic, is that you always go to the storefront of the brand. So in other words, if I clicked on, let's say, I'm just going to say this, not bye bye. It's It Confidence in Your Beauty Sleep. So if I clicked on that, there might come up a whole bunch of these, right? And how do I know which one is actually from It Cosmetics versus somebody that may have counterfeited it and put it up on Amazon? So by clicking it, you'll see it says the brand, and it'll say go to the It Cosmetics storefront. So that is sort of a safeguard. Number one, it lets the brands share what they're all about with all of you. But number two, it's a safeguard that you know when you're buying something from their storefront is authentically from their storefront. So that's really, really important, because unfortunately that happens way too often. So just so you know that. Okay, I talked about jumping in, and the way I want to do tonight, because there are so many different things, I want to start with the body. Because most people don't think of skincare as the body. It's all about the face. But I think as we are in our 50s and beyond, it is becoming more and more about every part of our skin. Our necks, our décolletage, our knees and elbows, the crepey skin, all of that. So I do think the body is just as important. Oh, Lisa's on. Hello, Lisa. Oh, I was so happy you're here. I was actually going to direct message you to tell you to be here, because I knew you'd be so much fun and you would love everything. So Lisa and I have never met, but we have met through social media and HSN, which is where my product line is, and lots of different ways. So I'm so happy you're here, Lisa. Anyway, so it really is about the whole body now, right? It's not just our faces. Back when we were in our 20s, it was just about this. So I want to start with my new favorite find. If you were on my social media, which I invite you to follow all that, because I have so much fun on there, just sharing things that I do throughout my day. And one of the things I shared the other day was this new bottle that I got from Amazon. And it wasn't necessarily for Amazon Live or anything. I just got it because I thought it was the coolest thing. And maybe you've seen it. But this is by ARC. And I'm going to highlight it right here. This is what I call sort of my motivational water bottle. So it holds a liter, and it's this frosted clear. It is plastic, or not plastic. What do you call it? Oh gosh, now I'm going to forget the name of it. Anyway, it's the good stuff. But it's not going to break. It's not the glass. But when you turn it around, you will see that there are time markers on here. So it keeps you on track for how much water to drink throughout the day. And I'm doing a 30-day hydration challenge, and I would love for you to join me. My kids are cracking up at me, but then they're, kind of on the side saying, will you get me a black one of those bottles? My son is at UT Austin College, and he wants one. And some of my daughter's friends want them, and my husband wants one, and my middle child wants one. So we all know that we should be drinking more water. I thought I was pretty good about it, but since I got this, I realized how not good I am. And especially in our 50s, the number one thing we're dealing with, the reason that our skin starts to look dull and the fine lines and wrinkles are setting in, one of the biggest reasons is loss of hydration. So it starts with hydrating ourselves. And then, of course, we need to seal in that hydration, which we will get to all of that. But it absolutely starts with drinking enough water. And so this is 2 liters, and you're going to drink 1 liter. You're going to drink 2 liters a day. So there's 2 sides to it. So it's 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So that's how far you should have drinking by each time. You can see I am behind schedule. It is now 6 p.m. and I'm only at 3 p.m. I have a lot of water to drink. And then when you get to the bottom, it says refill. So at lunchtime, that's when you're supposed to refill it. Now, I personally love putting lemon juice in my water. I always have. It's so refreshing to me. But the other thing I like about it now is that it does give you a little boost of vitamin C, which is really important for us and for our skin. And it does give you a boost of potassium, which is also really important. So, and you've probably heard before, starting your day with room temperature water with lemon juice in it is really good for digestion and metabolism and all of that. So I highly recommend it. It is not acrylic. Do I have the box? Where's the box? Lindsay, are you on here? If you are, would you tell me what this is made out of? I'm completely blanking. I want to say it's Triton, but now I'm forgetting. And I did look that up before I bought it because there are several of them on there. I bought this one for several reasons. I'm terrible, strangest thing. Since I became celiac, I get sick from drinking water. Oh, no. I force myself and always add fresh lemon. Yeah, me too. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Lindsay's checking for us. But one thing I love about this bottle that's different about most of the other ones is I love the wide open mouth, especially as we're getting older, because if you talk to any dermatologist, now I'm going to blank on what the terminology is, but there's actually a dermatology term for the lines that we get over our lips. They call it like water bottle wrinkles or something. But women are coming in more and more to get Botox up here, to get fillers up here. And a big part of it, most of us are not smoking anymore. I never was smoking, but very few people smoke anymore. So it's not about that. It's about water bottles. And it's about those little openings. And we purse our lips to drink out of the water bottles. And the sports bottles that have those straws that we're drinking out of, those are the worst. So this one, having that wider mouth, you're not pursing your lips like you do with those other water bottles. So for me, that's super important. And of course, I love the gold top and I love the frosted. Some of them are solid, which I don't totally get. I guess they have a little window to show you how much water, but I like actually seeing how much water. So I think this is a really fun gift to give people. Maybe get one for all your girlfriends and you guys all do the hydration challenge together. Super fun. So, I'm not alone. Other celiacs say the same thing. Gosh, I've not heard that. I didn't know that. But that is good to know. I'm going to do a little research on that. So are you saying that you cannot have any water throughout the day? Like that will make you really sick? I can't imagine. Fissures, lines above your lip. Oh, is that what it's called? Fissures? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm guessing. Mine are, my mom likes to point them out to me to tell me they're getting worse. Isn't that great? She might be on here actually. Anyway, okay, let's move on because we have a lot to talk about. The other one, I just want to highlight the supplement that I'm taking right now and that my dermatologist recommended that I take and that I'm sure you probably all are already taking, but I did want to mention it. And that is biotin. And biotin is the foundation of the building blocks for keratin. And keratin is what makes our hair strong and healthy, our nails, and our skin. And so that is one big powerhouse that you can just take one pill every day. And the one that I've highlighted here, that's the actual one that I've been using for a while now. And I used to get it at Whole Foods, but now I get it on Amazon. It's actually less. And I love that I don't have to go anywhere to get it. And this is one, it's the real deal. They have their storefront. You can go in there and buy it right out of their storefront. And when I spoke to my dermatologist about what is the recommended amount of biotin because so many of us end up taking too many supplements, and it's not good for our internal systems if we're doing that. So this is what he recommended as the correct amount for women over 50. So that's and the other thing I wanted to mention was I don't think it's on the one that I have in the carousel, but if you click that one, it'll take you to all the choices. Some of them are 40% off today. So that's pretty great. So that would be one to stock up on if it's something that you are in need of. The next one I want to highlight, and I'm going to be honest, I told you that I've tried everything. This one, hold on one second, because I've got to get my inspiration pillow. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is a product that I have been using for 5 or 6 years, and I swear by it. I love it so much. And I'll tell you why I first started using it. But what I've been so upset about is it's discontinued. So I can't get another one. And it used to be my go-to gift when my friends were turning 40 or 50. And it's a beauty sleep pillow. So you're seeing the one that's in the carousel is quite expensive. I have not tried that one yet, but I will tell you that if it does what mine has done for me, I think it is the best money that you will ever spend if you care about wrinkles. And if you're like me, I'm a side sleeper, and you know what happens when you sleep on your side, you're scrunching your skin like that, and you're getting the wrinkles right here. Actually, for me, it's this side that I get them. And I remember my boyfriend in college, I was very close with his mom, and she was so pretty. But I always would look at her and on one side, she had this wrinkle. And I thought, that's so interesting that she just has one on that side and not the other. And I didn't understand it at all at the time. I just thought it was really interesting. And I treated myself when I turned 40. I saved a lot of money, and I treated myself to a dermatologist of the stars up in Beverly Hills. That was my big birthday present to myself, to get, kind of a consultation and find out what skincare I should be using. And right away, he said to me, you sleep on your left side, don't you? I was like, how did he know that? And then he showed me with his, he has that sort of microscope, or what do you call it? Not microscope, the big lens. Anyway, and he showed it to me, and he said, that's, the telltale sign of a side sleeper. And right there, this light bulb went off, and I went, oh my gosh, that's why she had that line. And so immediately I am an inventor, and I have been inventing products for years and years and born into a family of inventors. So right away, I wanted to create a pillow that was going to solve that problem. And one of the first things I did was go online, do the Google search, and I found a couple of them. And I reached out to the woman who created the one that I've been using for years. Her name is Patty. And we became friends, and I taught, we were looking at doing a project together, sort of a collaboration with the pillow. And anyway, so let me show it to you. And the one that's in the carousel is very much like it. I actually think it might be even a lot better. So I reached out to the company. I haven't received it yet, but I put it in there just in case anyone's looking for a pillow like this, because all the details that I'm seeing on that pillow look really good. So here's the one that is discontinued, and this was called the Beauty Benefits Pillow. And as you're seeing, there's sort of a concave cutout there. It is the most comfortable pillow you'll ever sleep on if you have any neck issues, which I do. So I just if I am traveling and I forgot to bring it or something, I do take it when I'm traveling. But I just freak out because this is the only way I can sleep very comfortably is with this pillow. And then you're seeing the crescent shapes here. These are cutouts designed for side sleepers. So if you can imagine, when you're sleeping on your side, on a regular bed, you're squished against the bed and you're getting wrinkles in the middle of the night for 8 hours with the weight of your body, which is, a lot of weight. So if you have this cutout, you're still sleeping memory foam comfortable on your side, but you're not getting any wrinkles because that your face right there is not touching the pillow. You feel like you're on a regular pillow. You don't realize that your face isn't touching it. So the difference that this makes. So like I said, when I'm traveling, if I forget it and I wake up in the morning, it's immediately apparent. And I think of day after day of doing that. If I didn't have that magnifying glass, thank you, Lisa, what would I do without you? See, I must be getting in menopause because I keep forgetting my words. Is that something that happens? Who's in menopause? Let me know. Anyway, so I love the pillow and I'm in search of one. And this one to me, I did a lot of research online, not just on Amazon, but beyond. This one to me looks like the best one. And if this is something you're going to be sleeping with every single night, and it's something that is really going to reduce wrinkles and reduce your need to have fillers or Botox if you're someone that does that, money well spent. So anyway, it's got great reviews and all of that. So just wanted to share that with you. And I will update you guys, of course, when I get mine and I start using it. And I'll let you know what I like and what I don't like about it. So let's move on to the body now, the outside of our body. So what you're seeing there, you guys, I think some of you who have been on here before might laugh at me, but I love this item. And this was an item that was brought back. It was a DRTV sort of infomercial item when I was in high school. And I think it was called Skin Spa or Spin Spa when I was in high school. And it is basically like a Clarisonic, the facial cleanser, but it's for your body. And so it is rechargeable. It is water. You can put it in the shower. It's got a little hook on it and it comes with a little hook. So you just hang it in the shower and it comes with 3 interchangeable heads. So obviously this is the sponge poof. Then you've got sort of the loofah and you can see there. And then you've got the actual scrub brush, just the regular brush. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I don't know what it is, but I do get bumps sort of on the back of my legs. I think it's because probably I wear my workout gear and I don't take it right off when I'm done working out. But even on the back of my arms a little bit. And this is, to me, it feels so let me turn it on. I hope it's charged. Oh, there we go. So you're seeing how it spins. It feels so good, but it is the best cleansing you'll ever get. And the way it's designed, you can get your back. Oh, it feels so good. Get your back, your shoulders, your neck, the back of your legs. And if you're older and like bending down to do your toes and your feet, it's difficult. It gives you that extra reach. And then just so that's would be just sort of a regular soaping. And all you do is pull it off and you're seeing there. And then let's say you want a good exfoliation. Let's say you're going to do a great self-tan. So you really want to get that dead skin off. You're going to put the loofah on and you're going to do the exact same thing. It's going to spin. And I am telling you, you could use it on your face, but I don't. But it makes such a difference in my skin. I can't even tell you. And when you get that dead skin off, your skin is going to absorb the ingredients of the products that you're going to put on it so much better. So first of all, when it comes to tanning, godsend to be able to, if you're going to do a self-tanner, or if you do any tanning makeup at all, like body makeup, having that even tone, no dead skin makes all the difference in getting that flawless application and that streak-free and, no blotchiness and all of that. But if you're just doing regular body lotion, as we're getting more and more dehydrated, taking that, exfoliating that dead skin just opens it up to absorb the good ingredients that are in all the products that we're going to talk about today. So I love that. It's so affordable. Everybody loves it. When I saw that it came back, I was over the moon. I don't even know how many I bought for Christmas to give people. My nieces, my daughter's friends, you name it. Everybody loves it. And so that is a good one that should be in every woman's or girl's or boy's shower. I don't know if they come in other colors. So this one is sort of a blush and a white, which I love. Because when I was in high school, it was like a cobalt blue and white. It was not super attractive, but it did the job. And I'm happy it's back. So that is the Finishing Touch Flawless something. It always cuts off, so I can't read the exactly what it's called. But you can see it there in the carousel and the price and all the reviews. It's fabulous. Oh, and Rita says she has one too and she loves hers. Oh, someone has 2 of them. Who is that? Of course, Lisa has 2 of them. Yes, it was made. Yeah, it was made by Skin Spa. That's right. That is what it was called. Okay, so let's move on to the next item. And this is just another exfoliator that I recently tried. I had to try it because it is so viral. It's one of those beauty products that completely went viral on TikTok and it's also Instagram and all of that. But whenever I see a product like that, I just have to know. And especially this one because it's so affordable, as you can see. This is sort of an exfoliating mitt that is from Korea. And I actually love this thing. The only downside, as you can see, is that it is a little bit small. When it gets wet, it stretches, but whatever this is made out of is really the best exfoliator. So if you really want a good exfoliation on your face, this is excellent. And it comes in a pack of 4. So it's just a little over $1 each. And, I just hang it on I have a little thing in my shower that I just hang it on to dry when I'm done. So, it does for me when you've got the control of your hand, it does even a little better than the Skin Spa, for those really tough, like if you want to get the elbows really good. So I really do like them. I understand why they went viral. This is kind of a good little staple to have, I would say, both for your face and for your body. Okay, moving on. Now this, I have to say, is a bit of a splurge, and I should probably start, I should start not with a splurge. Oh, did I not even put it in there? I think I forgot to put it in there. Darn it. So what I was going to show you is my everyday body moisturizer is by CeraVe, and I'm sure many of you use it. It's right here. I use the moisturizing lotion. A lot of people, especially people that are older, will use the cream. The cream is just a heavier version. I find this one goes on so much easier than the cream. They have a big sort of tub of it, and I've tried both. I just like this one better. And you'll see a lot of my products, I do the travel size because I do travel so much. So and it's also when I'm trying something new, I like to, as often as I can, get the travel size just in case I don't love it. But this is something I've used for years, and every dermatologist will tell you that this is the best moisturizer for your body. It is safe for all skin types. This is, it says on here normal to dry, and I do tend to have dehydrated dry skin. And this is for me, I've tried so many of the fancy ones, and this just in terms of regular hydration. And I went through a bout where I had an allergy that I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, and it was on my face. And anyway, so when I went to a few just different dermatologists for that, and all of them came back to the same one and said, so if you have any kind of sensitivities going on, which so many of us do as we start aging, our hormones change and our skin changes, and those allergies change. I never had allergies before, and suddenly I have allergies. But this is another thing that I know we deal with in menopause and beyond, is our skin getting really dry and itchy. And this is really great for itchy skin. To me, it soothes it immediately. So this is just a great, great one to have on hand that you can't go wrong with no matter what kind of skin you have, and sensitive or not, it's wonderful. She loves, let's see, I love making gift baskets for my friends when they stay over. Oh, when do I get to come stay? I want a gift basket. Spoil my guests, just love it. Nice to put in the gift. Yeah, this would be a great thing for that, Lisa, because this is something that everybody loves this, and we all need a lotion when we get out of the shower. And that's another thing I want to bring up. And a lot of people know this, but just it bears repeating. And if you don't know it, I want to give you a little tip. When you get out of the shower, you want to put your moisturizer on right away while your skin is still damp, because the whole idea is that you're wanting to lock that moisture in. So don't wait till your skin's all dry and you completely dry off and then put the moisturizer on. And that is true. And I'm going to get to the face in a minute, but that's also true of the face. And actually more true of the face, more important for the face. So now I just want to show you one of my favorite splurge products. So when I'm going to a special event, a night out, a wedding, anything like that, or if I'm going to be on HSN and maybe I'm wearing something with my arms are showing or something, or my décolletage, this is my go-to. I am curious if anybody has tried Pretty Potion. It's got a kind of an interesting spelling to it, but I have 2 of them. It is so luxurious, so wonderful. It makes your skin. I think I remember when I first got it that J-Lo was using it. I think that's why I wanted to try it. And I understood immediately. What it does, it puts a very subtle glow, like an iridescence, like light particles on your skin that enhances, believe it or not, your muscle tone, which I don't have a whole lot of muscle tone, but it pulls it out. The way the light hits it, it just makes you look like you're kind of sculpted in a great way. and it's a tightening lotion as well. So I really do feel my skin I feel my skin get younger, if I had to say it. That's what it feels like. And let me just show you on my hand, the back of my hand, if I can. So this lasts forever. You don't need a whole lot of it. I've had this is probably 2 years old. That's the truth. So it's a very kind of milky, almost texture. And when you put it on, oh my gosh, it just looks and feels so pretty, and it stays that way. You know how it does absorb into your skin, but it gives, I hope you're seeing that glow and that sheen that it gives, because it's so pretty and it smells so good. And I do love it for my hands, but the décolletage especially, but if you're wearing a skirt or shorts or something like that and you want to pull out all the stops, oh my gosh, so worth it. Cannot tell you how good it feels. So I'm not sure if you can see that versus that. So do you see that? I mean, so pretty. Now that's the plain. It's that you're right. Lisa's saying it looks natural. And yes, that's what I love about it. It doesn't look like you're putting baby oil on, or, it doesn't look like you're putting anything on. It just looks like you have amazing skin. And like I said, what it does to the contours, even just, the bones right here, it just really gives a beautiful, beautiful physique. And you guys probably know who's ever been on here before. I always do try to do things budget friendly whenever I can. I mean, I do have my splurge products every once in a while, but I love finding those drugstore products that are just as good as the fancy brands. And so I'm all about that, and we'll always share those with you first. But every once in a while, there's ones that I don't know what I would do if they discontinued or went out of business. This is one of them. So that was the plain. Then they have a bronze. So if you do want a bronzer, if you want that kind of sort of shimmer, and this one is the dark. It's not that dark. So you can see the color there. Oh, I should have put it on the other hand, but I was hesitant when I bought the dark, thinking, oh gosh, it's going to look too dark, but it's just a really pretty sun-kissed glow. I'm hoping you can see that. Anyway, it just evens out the tone. It's just it is that little slice of luxury that we all deserve every once in a while. And if you want to get your J-Lo on, this is the bomb, let me tell you. Love it. I think they come in smaller sizes too. I've always gotten the big ones because I use it. Love it. So anyway, love, 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 love. Has anyone ever heard of that or tried it before? Because I find whenever I share that with people, sometimes my girlfriends and I will do a luncheon and we'll bring our favorite things to share with each other. And that's one that I brought before and nobody had heard of it and everyone was flipping out over it when they were trying it on. So I'm just curious if that's a new one. This looks great. Is there gluten in it? I do not believe there is. In fact, I think it's naturally sourced, vegan, gluten-free. Let's see, natural scent. Yeah, that's one of their big, brand cornerstones is that it is very all natural. So again, I'll show you the label there. So I was so happy. That was one that I didn't think they would have on Amazon, and they did. So if you guys get it, let me know, and let me know what you think of it. Now, this one, I love coconut oil. I'm sure many of you do as well. My daughter is 15. She's obsessed with coconut oil. We have coconut oil almost in every room of our house. We definitely have it in the kitchen. I use it on my dog's skin. She's getting old. She just had her birthday. She's 12, my black lab, Coco. But she's getting really sort of dandruffy, dry skin, and coconut oil is the thing that solves it. It is just a powerhouse. And so we use it for so many different things. And my thinning hair, my daughter always tells me I've got to put coconut oil in at night. So I do that. I also do it on my eyebrows because, and I was amazed because I had a little patch that had come out right here. I don't know why. I still don't know why, but it did. And my daughter right away said, you've got to put coconut oil on. And so I did, and it came back so quick. I was really surprised. I love it on my lips. I love it on my elbows, any dry spots, especially now that I'm entering menopause, I believe. This is just, and I love when I found this because usually it comes in the big bottles or the tubs or the jars. But this little guy is great to travel with. As you're seeing there, that's a 2-pack. They also have a 4-pack. You can have it in your purse just to use for cuticles, for anything and everything. And it's so inexpensive, but is such a amazing, amazing natural product that everybody, every man, woman, child, everybody should have coconut oil. Yes, I do my hairline. Yep, hairline and eyebrows. And love that side. I know I'd never seen this. And I first saw it at the drugstore and bought one of them. And it was a drugstore. I was out of town. And I don't think they have it at the drugstore where I am here. And so right away I looked on Amazon and sure enough, they had it. So I was so happy. And so, yeah, I bought the 4-pack and gave it to every member of my family. Everyone has one. Okay. The next one I talk about all the time. I wasn't going to include it because I'm trying to change things up, but I just, how could I not? I love it too much. So Sally Hansen owes me a debt of gratitude. You would think that I work for Sally, but I don't. But what you're seeing there in the carousel is my ride or die product. This is one that, again, is if it ever got discontinued, I might jump off a bridge. Sad but true. Here it is. This is Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs. This is water resistant. So even as we're going into spring and summer and we're going to the beach and the pools and all of that, I put this on when I go to the beach. This is was designed like as leg makeup, hence Airbrush Legs. And it does have that airbrush look. So when you put it on, it blurs your skin. And as we're getting older with the blotchiness and the uneven skin tone and the age or the sunspots, this is a godsend. So to me, I mean, no one loves getting into a bathing suit. Well, maybe some people do, but I don't. I did make the change. I did move. I'm now a one-piecer and I love my one pieces. I don't think I'm ever, my husband keeps telling me to go back to the 2-piece, but I think I am one piece from here on. But this, on my legs, on my décolletage, my arms, I just put a little buffing of it because at the beach, I don't want a lot of it. But if I'm going out or something, I will put this on. Even, in fact, I have it on right now on my chest. So it just blurs the blotchiness and the discoloration. Anything that you have going on your skin, this is your camouflage. And I like to say it's sort of like an Instagram filter in a bottle. And it really is. Like you put it, I should have done one arm. One of these days I'm going to do that so you can see all the differences. But it's night and day when I have this on. And so it travels with me. I have a little mini one in my purse. And then I have this one. I always buy a few of them. And this is another one on Amazon. I did buy a counterfeit. There was a counterfeit. I will tell you that. But if you go inside, the one that's in the carousel is the real deal. And as you're seeing, it gets great reviews. I use the medium. There is a tan that for me, it has a tiny bit of a shimmer to it. And that's really pretty sometimes. But for me, like in every day, I don't want it to like look like I have something on. I just want it to be my skin, but flawless. So, that's for me, medium does that. So there are different shades. This is pretty standard. You can always layer it and, build the color and the coverage if you want more. But I do it kind of lightly if I'm going to the beach. And then what I do is I let it set for a few minutes. Probably you don't even need 5 minutes. And then I'll take a towel or a washcloth and just kind of buff. You guys know that I love the My Supreme tanning mitt, which is in my storefront. That's great for that because you're getting off just kind of anything that might transfer onto a towel or, and one little tip is I don't put it on my rear end because if you do sit on a white towel, it might leave a little bit of color. Wouldn't be good. So, but for the most part, it doesn't, it's water resistant and doesn't transfer. So it does, like if I go in the pool and I come out, I still have it on. It's not like it all goes out into the pool and everyone's wondering what that cloud of tanness is. So good. This is my staple. It is holy grail for sure. Okay, moving on. I can't do a segment on skincare without talking about sunscreen. And I was a big sun girl. I'm Armenian, so I have kind of more of a tan skin anyway. But when I grew up in Laguna Beach, California, and we went to the beach every single day. And not only did we go to the beach, but we brought the tinfoil to put under our faces so we could get even more tan, more UVB, UVA, UVB. We brought the baby oil. We brought out all the big guns to get as tan as we possibly could. And we peeled and all of that. I cannot believe my mom let me do that. She should be put away in Child Protective Services for that. But now is a different time. And now we know a lot more about skin than we did back then. And I have a dear friend from college, Monique, who passed away from skin cancer. So I am a big proponent of really good coverage. And that's why I do self-tan. You guys hear me talk about self-tan a lot because I do like the way it makes my skin look and it makes me feel, I do think it's slimming. And so I was going to bring, the product that you're seeing in the carousel, I ran out of. I thought I had it and I went to go grab it and it wasn't in there. So either somebody took it, which is highly likely, my daughter took it. But I did bring the face one. So this is Pacifica, this brand. I really love this for lots of reasons. Number one, I love the scent. They have both pineapple and coconut. I love them both. I can't decide which I like more, but they both make me feel like I'm on a tropical vacation, whether I am or am not. And I love that. But not only does this have, this is called Coconut Glow. And not only does it have both UVA and UVB protection, which of course most of them all do now, but I love that this is water resistant for up to an hour and a half. So that means you can be in the water for that long and you're still getting protection. But I do recommend reapplying it after about an hour and a half when you get out of the water. I don't know if anybody's in the water that long, but it's good to know that it lasts that long. And this is a mineral bronzing, which many people have never seen before, but it is a mineral bronzing sunscreen. So the body one is one of those continuous sprays, which I love. And it, again, just gives you a really pretty glow at the beach. So if I have this on, which I do, and then I put the sunscreen on top of it, it's really pretty and it smells really good and it works really good. So you're looking like you're tan, even though you're not getting tan at all because you've got that sunscreen. And I will tell you the face one I like how it feels when it goes on and it feels like it really stays put and does a good job. The bronzer for me in the face one is a little dark. So what I like to do with this is I'll take some and let me just show you it. And I actually put it in my foundation or my moisturizer. So I dilute it a little bit. It gives me still plenty of coverage, but it's just not as dark. So there it is right there. And it actually doesn't look that dark on my hand, but on my face, it's a little too dark for me. So I still recommend it. I love it. This is the one I use, but I recommend just kind of diluting it a little bit with your moisturizer or foundation or whatever it is that you use. So that's that. So this is my everyday. And so when I go out walking, I love to walk around Balboa Island every day. This is what I put on and I absolutely love it. Iodine and baby oil mixed with the aluminum foil. Same here. I love hearing tanning stories. So many of us have just tortured our skin. And hence the reason we have an Amazon Live like this. Because now we're in our 50s going, what were we thinking? So, but fortunately for us, these beauty brands are pulling out all the stops. And there are some amazing products to help us reverse the damage that we all did when we were sitting on the beach with our tinfoil and our baby oil. So let's keep going. We have so much to talk about. And, this is a fun one that I recently, many of you know I'm a huge e.l.f. cosmetic fan. If you've never tried e.l.f. products, guys, what are you waiting for? It is, so many of their products are my favorite of whatever the category is. And yet they're like $4 and $5. And when they originally was launched, it was first launched at Target. And I want to say it was back in 2009, if I remember correctly. And the vision of the co-founders was that they didn't understand why makeup and beauty products were so darn expensive. And what they realized, which I'm sure most of you realize as well, is for the most part, we're not paying the makeup and the beauty products themselves don't cost a whole lot of money. We are paying for that gorgeous packaging. We're paying for those influencers to talk about the beauty products. We're paying for those magazine ads. We're paying for the commercials, the live stream. We're paying for all of the advertising and the marketing and the packaging and the branding. And that's what's jacking up the prices. And then, of course, when you have a prestige brand, it's just the name that we're paying for. So e.l.f.'s vision was to take all of that off of the table, take all that out of the equation, and launch every single product. So ELF stands for eyes, lips, and face. And every product was $1 back in 2009. And I was so curious. I mean, come on. How could they do that? And how bad could they be? Or how good could they be? So I tried them all. And I did like them. I didn't really stick with them. And maybe it was the $1 thing that kind of bothered me. But as time went on, this brand has become one of the biggest beauty brands in the world. And their products are incredible. I can't get enough of them. Every time I go to the drugstore, every time I'm at Ulta or Sephora, every time I'm on Amazon, I go right to Ulta, ELF to find out what is new, because they're always coming out with the coolest new things. Their makeup brushes are incredible. But the one I'm showing you right now is, I could go on and on. I've done so much about ELF. I'll probably do a whole show on ELF at some point. But I love that I can save so much money on these ELF products, which are such fabulous products, so that I can splurge on those, few items that there are really special items with special brands, and they do really great things. It's worth the splurge. So this is a lip exfoliator. So you just put it on your lips. It almost feels like a, kind of like a salt scrub, but the actual moisturizer is really, really nice. So it's like that great moisture, but it's taking that dead skin off, and it's just making your lips look so much more supple. And so I use it. I make this a part of my skincare routine every day. So before I wash my face, I put this on, and then I rub it in just to get all the dead skin off. And then your lipstick goes on so much nicer after you've done exfoliating. And I didn't realize that it could make that big of a difference until I did it. And I was realizing, gosh, because my lipsticks, my lips could crack, and then sometimes they get a little peely. Never. They're so soft. I love this. And look at the price point and look at the reviews. I mean, it speaks for itself. So this is one. Try it. Put it in your cart. Try it. You will not be disappointed. I promise. There's nothing not to love. And especially as we're getting older, again, getting that dead skin off, opening up, that fresh skin so that you can take in those moisturizing ingredients. Because if you've got that layer of dead skin, you're basically just putting these ingredients on top, and you're not getting the benefit of it. So it's really important to do that exfoliating. This is a product, and I'm curious, maybe you guys have heard of the makeup eraser. I put this in because this is just when I do my skin cleansing. This is what I use. This is a different color. I haven't got these yet. They should be coming tomorrow. I love that new color, but this is the gray. But these are kind of like wonder cloths, like magic cloths. I don't totally understand them. They're very soft, like cuddly soft. They're, thick and plump. You don't even have to use a cleanser with them if you don't want to. Just warm water, and something about the way that these are constructed. And there's a lot of different brands out there. I really love this brand. And for the money that you get, the one that you're seeing, there's a pack of 12. And it comes in a cute little pouch, a zippered pouch that's mesh. And so when you're done using them, you put the soiled ones into the pouch, and then that just goes into the wash, and they all stay together while they get washed. There's room in there for it to, the detergent to get in and to get a good wash going. So I like that feature of it a lot. But you can just use warm water and wipe, and it will take off most of your makeup. Now, if you have waterproof mascara on or something like that, or that waterproof 24-hour eyeliner, you might need a little something extra. Now, of all of the products that I'm going to talk about during this live, the one that I'm going to show you, and I use it with this, is the one I'm most excited about. It's been the biggest game changer for me. And I just discovered it about 4 or 5 days ago. And I woke up in the morning. My daughter and I always talk about skincare. We have so much fun doing that. And I ran in there and went, Courtney's her name. Court. Oh my God. I found a game changer. And where is it? It's right here. As I said, I always start with the travel size. First of all, because I travel a lot. So I like having the little sizes. But also, I'm just never sure whether I'm really going to like it or not. What I know about our aging skin that I have read and heard talked about again and again and again is the dehydration of our skin. And that when it comes to cleansing, facial cleansing oil is the way to go. And I have resisted it. for so long because there's something about oil and cleansing that don't mix in my mind. And so I have really kind of put the brakes on it and just resisted it. And finally, I had heard so many good things about this. And as I said a little bit earlier, my skin took a really bad turn just a couple months ago that I didn't understand. And I wanted to try anything and everything to reverse it and change it. And so I did a lot of reading and a lot of research, and facial cleansing oil came up again and again and again. I am curious if anybody is using facial cleansing oil. I would love for you to let me know. Another great for a little guest basket. All these things are so great for like if you were getting married or you know someone who is getting married, and a little basket bridal gift with all these, for all her bridesmaids because you're all getting ready together. I think that would be so fun. Great Mother's Day gifts, all of these are. But facial cleansing oil, because our skin is so dehydrated, first of all, the trick to it is, because I did try, my daughter has a Mario Badescu one that I tried, but I was in the shower and my skin was wet. I didn't understand that your skin needs to be dry when you use facial cleansing oil. So you're going to open it up. Your face is dry, your hands are dry, and you're just going to put a few drops, actually a little more than a few drops. Whoops, my knees are on the desk and it's making the camera shake. And you're just going to rub it together in your hands. And I'm not going to put it on right now because then I'll get all oily and every makeup will spread, and that's just not going to be a pretty picture. But you just are going to rub it all around your face, and you're going to feel like you're getting the most intense, wonderful moisturizing treatment done. It's hard still for me to wrap my head around the fact that I'm actually getting a great cleanse. And you don't realize it until you splash water on, and I use this actually just to wipe after. But I have never washed my face and afterward felt so hydrated and baby smooth, and my skin loves this stuff. And evidently everybody else's does too, because all the reviews that I read, I watched videos, everybody was flipping out. And sometimes I think they're not real. They're people just saying this that are being paid or something. I swear on my children's life, this is amazing. This is going to be my forever and ever skin cleanser. Now, in Japan, they do what's called a 2-step cleanse. And so I bought the travel set that comes with the 2. And so you start with this, and then the second step is a powder. And this is like a very fine exfoliating powder. So see, there's a little hole there, and you'll see me when I pour it out like that. And again, so after you've cleansed with the oil, then you're going to rub it around in your hands, and it feels like a very fine grain, sand grain. And then rub it with some water this time with this. And I mean, I never thought I could be so excited about cleansing my face, but I will tell you that I am. I look forward to it. My skin is completely different than it was a week ago. I mean, I was seeing flakes on my skin. It was that dry. And now it is so hydrated. And I really owe most of it to these 2 cleansers. So I really love the combination together. Now, they say that you could do this maybe 2 or 3 times a week and do this daily. I'm doing every other day with this, just because, again, we want to exfoliate. As we're getting older, I don't think we want to exfoliate too heavily because we don't want to pull and damage the skin. That fine powder, to me, is that perfect exfoliation that is just right for aging, more mature skin. So wonderful, wonderful. And as you're seeing in the carousel, I put it in there in a few different ways, just depending on if you wanted to try them separately or you wanted to get them together. But that's just the basic, full size with the pump. And it does. So I've been using this 4 or 5 days. There's not even a dent. So it really does last a while. So that was kind of nice, because when I saw this, I thought, oh, I'll be done with that in 2 days. But no, it's lasting. And this, I can't tell if there's a dent, but I have a feeling it's about the same. It feels pretty full. So both those are wonderful. And then there's the 2-pack that you're seeing right there. And then this is the set that is the full size with the travel. And I wanted to throw this in because there are those nights, more times at night than in the morning, where I'm just kind of lazy. And I just want to lay my head down on that pillow and fall asleep. Or maybe I fall asleep on the couch downstairs. But I'm trying to be really good about always taking my makeup off. And so of all of the makeup remover wipes that I have found that make it really easy when you're feeling lazy, I love the Josie Moran. I don't know if you know her brand. I know her from my QVC days. She has a big business over at QVC, but she's wonderful and her skin is beautiful. And I do love a lot of her products. But these wipes, they're called Bare Naked wipes. They feel so good. Different. They're not, sometimes I feel like the wipes can feel like they're sort of stripping your skin. These are wonderful. You feel like you're giving a gift to your skin. It says it removes makeup and cleanses skin gently, free of synthetic fragrance, and infused with aloe vera. Her big thing, Josie's big thing, is argan oil. And I have to agree, it is a wonderful ingredient. And her skin, when you see it, oh, so pretty. You can see it if you go into her storefront. She's gorgeous. But the ingredient that you'll smell right away and that you'll feel that you're going to love on your skin is the cucumber. So it is that cool feel, and it feels like it kind of depuffs, and it just feels wonderful. So I kind of save these. I don't like to run out of them very quickly because I love them so much. So I use them sparingly, mostly because I'm trying to do the full cleansing every night. But that's a good thing. Like you do the full cleansing at night, then you can just do a quick wipe in the morning. It kind of refreshes you when you wake up. I also love these for traveling. These are great for traveling. So anyway, that's a fun one. I hate to check the ingredients, of course. I love that set. Love, love, love. Josie Moran. I have so many of her products because they are gluten-free. Yes, they are. And I love that most products, or more and more products, are gluten-free these days. I'm really happy to see that because there are so many sensitivities. So that's great. I am curious, Lisa, if you would share what your favorite Josie Moran product is. I have a lip stain that's actually in my storefront that I started using so many years ago, and I cannot find it anywhere. And I just found it on Amazon. And it looks so natural. It gives your lips that just really naturally pretty look. It doesn't look like you have lipstick on it. It just looks like you have gorgeous lips. And I don't know why it's so hard to find it, but I did find it on Amazon. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. So I'll show it to you guys as soon as it does. She loves Goop. Goop as in Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, or Goop as in, is that a Josie Moran product that I don't know of? Curious. So let me know. Okay. Oh, her sugar scrub also. I've heard that. I have not used the sugar scrub, but I've heard that is amazing. I am curious who uses a gua sha tool or who knows what a gua sha tool is. It is probably the biggest name in beauty tools right now. The biggest tool in beauty tools, the most talked about, the most raved about. And it is a tool that once again, my daughter turned me on to. She told me about it and I kind of rolled my eyes because it was all over TikTok. And she would just telling me, you can't believe what a difference it makes. And oh my gosh, the contours of your skin and the depuffing and all of these things. And I just kind of, didn't give it a second thought. And then sure enough, I think I saw it on the Today Show after that. I just kept seeing it. It was everywhere. And so I needed to know more. So being the researcher that I am, I did a deep dive and I read lots of articles and I bought a lot of them because I wanted to figure out which one was the best one. I went to Sephora and Ulta and Target and I saw them there. And I found the one that I'm going to show you in a second. That in my opinion, hands down, there's no competition. But what is gua sha? This is a gua sha tool that you're seeing right here. This has been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years, dating back to the Ming Dynasty. So this was used for medicinal purposes in Asia. And it was really originally for the body and for, so it's a massaging, but it's also lymphatic drainage. And over time, they started to realize the skin benefits that it was having. And then it most recently has become just a total phenomenon in aesthetic skincare. And so all the beauticians are using them. All the beauty bloggers are talking about them. There are 1,000,001 YouTube videos with tutorials on them. So I had to try it for myself. And when you try it, if you haven't already, you will be hooked and you will look forward to it from a pampering standpoint, from like sort of that gift that you give yourself every once in a while when you need a little you time. So I love it for that. But I have to tell you that I am noticing a difference. And I didn't want to believe it, but I am. And when you watch some of the YouTube videos, you'll see sometimes they'll divide the face. They'll do one side of the face and leave the other one not done. And there's a difference. And so what it does is it is for facial toning, and it releases the tension in the facial muscles, which I didn't realize was a thing, nor did it ever cross my mind that I might have facial tension. But when I started using this, I realized how tense my face is. And you take on such a more youthful appearance when that muscle tension is released. I mean, you know how someone looks so beautiful when they're smiling and they're just glowing, and then someone that's stressed out and frowning or crying or something, the face completely changes and it seems like a different person. I think about that when I do that it really does I feel it release, and it does change sort of the look of my face, I think, when I'm doing it. But let me start by saying, whenever you use this, you always want what's called a slip agent. So you need some kind of oil so that it slides on your skin, but it's also giving you that hydration, whatever kind of oil you choose to use. I use 2 different ones. My go-to is my everyday oil, which I could talk about this for all day, every day, no pun intended. This goes with me everywhere. It's on the airplane with me. I use my cuticles. It's my, a quick little hydration before I land kind of a thing. But this is perfect for gua sha. And I put it in my hand and I put it on my face. I put a little bit on the gua sha tool as well. And I'll do this as a pampering thing before bed. They say to not do it more than 3 times a week. It's a little like one of those facial rollers that we've all seen before, but this one's a little more intense and it has more sort of facial contouring properties to it than the roller does. So I start on the back of my neck, and all these contours, and there are some that are shaped differently. This is the one that I love, but they're all designed the way they're designed, not just for aesthetic, but for very specific purposes. But don't get too in your head about it. When you use it, you'll just kind of, whatever feels right, you do. But I do the base of my neck and I go up to the base of my skull and just sort of release that tension in my neck. And then you're going to move. So I'll do that each area. I'll do about 5 times, 5 to 10, depending on how I'm feeling. Then when you get to the neck, to the side of the neck, oh my gosh, does this feel good? And again, you've got the oil on it and you're pulling it down and you're wanting to go sort of flat to the skin. You're not wanting to necessarily dig in, although sometimes I like to dig in because I never realized that I've got sort of little knots that I like to get out, and it just feels amazing. It's just a massage. So I feel and sometimes hear the crunching of, this is where your concentrated lymph nodes are, and you're draining and sort of depressing the toxins. And that's why you're going down. You're always used to skincare. I was always telling you to go up, right? Because we want our contours to go up. But when it comes to the drainage, you do want to go down. So you're coming down on the neck. And it does, you just feel, you feel a release in the tension. I can hear the crunching. I'm sure you can't. But it does feel like you are releasing, I don't know what it is that's in there, but something is being released. And then I'll go to my chin and to the side of my face, to the base of my ear. So I like to use this right here for that. Now it's important to always pull your skin a little bit tight, because you don't want it to be pulling like that, because you're going to create sagging and wrinkles and all of that. So you want to support the skin as you're doing it, and you're going to go along here. And again, this is always where I hear a lot of the crunching. And oh, it feels so good. Now this is where, if you look at the YouTube videos, and I think I'm starting to see a difference in myself, is where the contouring starts to happen. So you're creating sort of a muscle memory by using this. When you do it on a regular basis, a few times a week, you're kind of retraining those muscles. And so people really do see a difference in their jawline when they're using it. So not only is it a massage and feel so good and pampering, but you're actually contouring your face and you're draining and you're depuffing. And so after I do that, I'll do both sides, and then I will go up and I'll think about the contour. So I'll go right under the chin. And again, I'm supporting the skin and go up to my ear like that. And again, about 5 or 10 times on each side with the oil. Then I'll go to that side. I'll do the lips and I'll just pull up, and everything now is up. So the neck is down and the others are up. And then when you get to that, so you're going to do that. And then when you get to the eyes, you're going to do a lot less pressure because we don't want to pull that delicate skin too much, and really kind of lay it flat against your eye. And it does feel so good. And that depuffing that you'll feel, I like to put mine, I have a little beauty fridge, one of those little mini fridges. So I do like mine to be chilled. It's personal preference, but that helps even more with the depuffing. So, and when I'm, well, never mind, we'll talk about that later. But, so yeah, you're going to do under the eye and again, up, just like that. And then you're going to do over the eye and up, and then above the eyebrow. And then you're even going to start here and pull up. And so again, each area about 5 to 10 times, whatever you feel like. I just encourage you guys to try it. I think you're going to love it. And I think you're going to see a difference. And there, like I said, there's so many YouTube videos where people did sort of a 30-day gua sha challenge and talked about the differences, and you see the before and after. So it's a pretty incredible, I mean, who would have thought, right? This little thing. Now, why did I pick this one of all the ones that are out there? Well, when I was thinking about it, I thought I like the idea of stainless steel. And my daughter said they're going to destroy you on the internet if you do stainless steel, because the traditional Asian medicine, or the medicinal purposes, it was always a rose quartz or a jade. And that's the very traditional, true way to do it. But these are very thin tools. So there's a few reasons. Number one, I thought, I feel like rose quartz and jade would break. So when I went to Ulta and Sephora and Target, in every one of the stores, there was at least one, usually more than one, broken, because they are so thin. And my girlfriend was on when I was talking about it last time, and she said that her daughter, Reese, has broken like 3 or 4 of them. So this is never, ever going to break. It is solid stainless steel. I like how heavy it is in my hand because it just gives me more control than the really lightweight ones. And the other thing is, when I think about something that we're putting on our face and that close to our face multiple times a day, 3 or 4 times a week, I can imagine that bacteria is going to go into the pores of that jade and that rose quartz. Now, remember, it was originally designed for the body, but when we're thinking about putting it against our face, the fact that this is non-porous, that it can be completely cleaned and there's never going to be bacteria going into the pores, that's really important too, to me. So I love this one. And then the bonus is that it comes in a really great little gift box. So I did get a bunch of these for Christmas and gave them as gifts to girlfriends and family members and things like that. And it's very high quality, really nicely done. It's that magnetic. Boom. And it comes, I don't have it with me, but it comes with a cute little black drawstring pouch that I keep in my purse that this just goes inside of. So I love it. You guys should do a little poking around online to read about it, all the benefits and the tutorials and things like that. But that's the gist of it. This is a amazing tool for anybody. You know, the young girls are all using it. The Kardashians all use it. Everybody's doing it. But I truly believe that as we're aging, it's more and more that we get more and more benefits out of it than anybody. So I love this one for our unique, mature skin issues. Okay, it also stays cool longer than the stone. It does. The cooling properties are nice. Smiley Riley spent $200 on a pillow? No judgment. Well, you must have jumped on a little bit late. I actually did not spend $200 on a pillow. My pillow that I bought is very similar to the one that's in the carousel that I've used for years, but it's discontinued. So I am trying out the $200 pillow. I'm going to find out if I like it as much as my other one. And if I do, then let me just tell you that it is well worth $200 because the difference it makes in your skin. And if you're a side sleeper, and the other thing I love about it is if you want to be a back sleeper, it actually trains you to be a back sleeper because it's got this, it's concave here. So it really kind of cradles your head and makes it so comfortable to sleep on your back. So I do find when I use this, I sleep on my back more and more. But if you're a side sleeper, of course, it's going to, your face is not going to no longer be pressed against the pillow or the bed. It's going to be sitting right here, not getting wrinkles for 8 hours a night or however long you sleep. So without that, a lot of people would need fillers, Botox, who knows what, facelifts, all of that. So if that can prolong that or do away with that altogether, then it's well worth $200. Oh, my bad. I know. I don't blame you for saying that. I totally would have thought the same thing. And I did hesitate to put it in there because of the price. But then when I thought of how much I love it, I thought, so worth it. So anyway, okay, we talked about the everyday oil. That is my go-to. Love, 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 love. The most amazing ingredients. It smells like the most high-end luxurious spa. So the fact I have this with me all the time and I put it on whenever I need a little hydration, cuticles, face, you name it. But definitely when I gua sha, and it's so affordable, it lasts a long time. This bottle, I feel like that's a bigger bottle than this one. And I can't see what it is, but I think it is a bigger bottle. So anyway, I love it. It's really, really good oil. Okay, so now I'm done, and I snuck that gua sha in there, but it sounds like I'm taking forever to do my skincare routine, which it really doesn't take very long at all, because we're talking about so many different things. But basically, it's, I'm starting with this guy, and my second step is the powder exfoliator, and I love using this ultra soft to just erase all the makeup, pull everything, waterproof everything off with it. Is fabulous. And then my next step, when my skin, I mentioned this before, do this when your skin is still damp. And that is, I go to my vitamin C serum. This is by a company called Womaness, and I'm curious if you've seen or know of this company. I love what they're doing. They are, actually, they're really championing, I mentioned menopositivity earlier on, and they're really championing that. It's two female co-founders, and the whole vision of the company is really geared around women, perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. So our unique needs, and there is no subject that's off limits. They do it all. They talk about it all. They're so much fun with what they do. But I've been really impressed with their products also. And I wondered about that. So I really like their products. I like that they're affordable. This is, they call it the Fountain of Glow. It's a vitamin C facial serum. Now, why vitamin C? Why is it so important for our age to have vitamin C? For really anyone, I would say anyone over 40. But it is what they say is truly like the powerhouse ingredient for menopause, for all things menopause. But really it's for all things anti-aging, because vitamin C is known to be the best brightening ingredient. And if you're like me, I think most people in their 50s and beyond, one of the big complaints that we all have is that our skin looks dull. It's not bright. It doesn't have that glow that you see on the younger, 30s and 20s and teenagers and that we used to have. And so the ingredient that can really combat that and combat hyperpigmentation is vitamin C. So it's really, really important. And that's why I start with that as my first layer. In addition to that, I don't want to forget anything else that it does. It hydrates, it brightens, and it improves the texture. And the other major thing, I can't believe I forgot this. The other major thing vitamin C is known to do is to boost collagen. And you all probably know as we age, that's one of the first things to go, and the elasticity and the collagen in our skin. And so bringing that back with vitamin C, that's one of the best ways to do that. So this is one that I highly recommend. And like I said, take a look at the brand and, go to their brand storefront. I love what they're doing, and they have so many great products. They have a neck product that people rave about, and I just ordered it. I haven't tried it yet. So I didn't include it, but I will absolutely try it and show all of you for sure and let you know what I think. Okay, Lisa loves me, but she says it's 10:15 and she needs to eat. She's hungry. I'm glad you're hungry. Go eat. You're forgiven. You guys can always watch this back too. You can always come in and watch the replay. Just make sure you follow the storefront, and anytime you want, you can go in to look at all my past live streams. I think I've done 70 something of them now. And there's some really fun ones. So I hope you do that. The next one, this one goes on for me right after the vitamin C. And again, if my skin is not still damp, I will take I have a little spritzer water bottle. And so I'll get it damp again, because now we're going to put on, or what I like to put on, is the hyaluronic acid. This product came to me, and I apologize that it's, I use it a lot. This came to me from one of my best friends. I mentioned those favorite things, luncheons. We do a Christmas luncheon, and this was what she brought to all of us. And she works at a very high-end, fancy dermatology office in Newport Beach. And so all the fussy products and all of that, she gets to find out what the best of the best products are. And this evidently was the one that all the women rave about. So she brought it for us. I actually forgot that she gave it to me. I discovered it recently again, and I reached out to her and I said, oh my gosh, I've never even used that product. I'm going to try it now. And I called her the next day to have a product work so instantly, to notice a difference from night to morning. That got my attention in a big way. And especially because, as I mentioned, my skin changed so dramatically over the past couple months, that when the two major game changers for me were this, that we've already talked about, and this. So this made my skin immediately hydrated beyond hydrated. And then this, so hyaluronic acid, why it's so important and why it's such a big buzzword, especially for aging women, is because it is moisture locking. And we are losing moisture. We are dehydrated. So we need that hydration. I showed this. If you came on late, this is my time marker water bottle that I love. So I'm doing my 30-day hydration challenge, where I'm drinking 2 of these a day, and it reminds me when to drink it and how much to drink. But if we're drinking all this water and we're not locking in that moisture, it's for naught when it comes to our skin. So that's what hyaluronic acid is known for. In fact, the ingredient can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So that is what is going to plump those lines that we're all getting. And I do like I like my laugh lines, because I do like that. It means I'm having fun. It means life is good. So I'm not trying to get rid of those, but we do have those areas where we have those fine lines that just really age us. And if we can plump those up a little bit by using hyaluronic acid. So I love this. And so I use it morning and night. So again, but I always make sure that there's some, hydration on my skin, and then I put it on. And you just need a very little bit of it, and it goes a long way. And I'll also put it down my neck and my décolletage. So I do the whole thing, and I just instantly notice a difference. I really, really do. And so if you're not using hyaluronic acid, you definitely absolutely should be if you're over 40, I would say, because we really need to create that barrier and lock that moisture in that's going to plump our skin, and it's going to fill those fine lines, which I think we could all appreciate. Now, moving on to one of my very favorite skincare brands. You may have heard me talk about it before. I love It Cosmetics. I love the founder of It Cosmetics and her whole story. I read her book that's called Believe. If you haven't read it, I really do recommend it. It's very inspiring. And I discovered It Cosmetics when I was at HSN and QVC, of course. And Jamie Kern Lima is the founder, and she started the business out of her garage and was very scrappy in how she did it. And she sold the company recently for, I think it was $1.2 billion at age 32, maybe. And kudos to her. I mean, way to go, Jamie, because, not just that she made all this money, but the products that she created are so good. And her courage in marketing these products the way that she marketed them is so remarkable and inspirational and admirable. I can't even tell you. So I actually didn't read the book. I listened to it. I got the Audible version of it, and I listened to it while I exercised. And it was really fascinating for me because this all happened at QVC and HSN, which is where I spend a lot of my time with my product line. And so watching her, everybody wanted her to have these, gorgeous models on to model her skincare products. And she said, you're missing the whole point. My skincare products are about skin issues and solving them, and not just skincare, but makeup, and everything that she does is about that. So she had a very bad case of rosacea. And so she wanted to create a product that could, she was so embarrassed about it and didn't want all her redness to be shown in public. And so she just knew she could create something that would camouflage that and would give her confidence when she was out in public, even though she was so insecure about the rosacea issue. And so she did that, and she created a remarkable product. And I love that she went on air, and she has battled weight issues her whole life as well. And so that, she went on air in all her glory and went on with no makeup on. And evidently the higher ups were not thrilled with that, but the numbers spoke. And she has created an incredible business. And as I said, sold the business, and is now I think it was the biggest sale in beauty brand history at $1.2 billion. And I'm blanking. Is it L'Oreal that bought it, or was it Revlon? One of the two. I can't remember. If somebody could tell me. I'm wondering if I'm in a Facebook group for It Cosmetic fans, and that's always so fun because we share ideas and our favorite products and all of that. So if anyone is on from there, will you let me know who bought It Cosmetics? Anyway, they are fabulous, all of their products. But today is all about skincare. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. If you don't already use that, or you haven't seen one of my lives where I talk about that, it's the best. That's one of my holy grail products. It just brightens my eyes in an amazing way. And that's in my storefront. And the color, the shade that I get and all of that. So it's wonderful, and it lasts a long time. It's great. So, I wanted to show you, because I'm using two different ones. Her moisturizer is phenomenal. It is known as like the best moisturizer. I think it's the number one selling, I forget what the accolades are for it, but it's so hydrating. It's called Confidence in a Cream. And the one that you're seeing there is called Confidence in Your Beauty Sleep. So basically there's a nighttime version and a daytime version. And again, these are the travel sizes. So I'm showing you these in case you want to start small and try them. But they are so good. Now, when I first tried Confidence in a Cream, so this is a daily moisturizer, it was a little thick for me. And I thought, oh, I think this is going to clog pores, and this is probably not for my skin type. Now that my skin changed, I wouldn't have thought that, definitely. But that's what I thought. So when it goes on, it does feel a little on the thicker side. But as it settles in, it feels wonderful. And it is a really nice, it doesn't feel tacky or thick or anything like that. It just, the hydration, you just feel your skin being hydrated. And then it's just so smooth. So it's a perfect, sort of canvas for applying your makeup after. So it's wonderful. And so I recently got the nighttime one because I was curious which one I would like better. Do I need them both? So I'm trying this one. This one I've been using, but this one I'm trying. And so far I do really like it. But the jury's out on whether I need both. The other thing I want to say about this, and I put this question up in the It Cosmetic fan group about what is your favorite under eye cream, because that's a big one for me. The lines are getting deeper, and I'm happy to say most of them are because I laugh and smile a lot, but sometimes I cry, and sometimes I just have too much wine, and sometimes what else happens? I just don't drink enough of these bottles. We all have our reasons for our fine lines. L'Oreal bought It Cosmetics. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for having Beauty Over 50 live stream. Oh, I'm so glad that you are being thankful, because I felt like I was taking a risk by changing my storefront. It was Beautifully Organized by MARCY McKenna, and I changed it recently to Living Beautifully Over 50 because I'm just realizing I'm sort of newly over 50, 2 years over 50, and there's just so many things I want to talk about that. We're at a whole new phase in our life, and things are happening all around us that we didn't expect, and our skin is sagging, and our tummies are getting more rolls, and our menopause is hitting, and our hormones are changing, and things that are important to us now are very different than what was important to us then. And, so I wanted to talk about all those things and the fun stuff too, like traveling and fashion and then the challenging stuff, like taking care of our aging parents and retirement and all of those things. So that's what this is all about. And I want to really hang a lantern on 50 and be proud of it and own it and talk about it and talk about how we can make these our most beautifully lived years of our lives. So that's what this channel is all about. So if you're not already following me, I hope you do, because we're going to have a lot of fun and there's so many great lives coming up. In fact, on Thursday, I should mention that I'm doing my very first fashion live. And I love fashion. I don't know why it's taken me so long. But what I have found is that fashion is blowing up on Amazon. I have found so many great fashion pieces that are so affordable and so chic, but classic, but because we are dressing different as we're getting older. And so I can't wait to show you my finds for the spring. And so that will be this coming Thursday at 5:00. Right back here. So I hope you join me for that one. And then next week, I'm doing menopause must-haves, some really fun tools to help us get through menopause. And what else do I have coming up? I'm doing one on the perfect flawless self-tan, all the different tricks and tools of the trade for that. Lots of fun ones. And I love your guys' input. So if there are shows that you would like to see, if there are topics that you would like to see us tackle, please let me know. And that's my dream is that the chat is always active because it's the give and take that is going to make this successful and fun for everybody. And so I hope that you always feel comfortable to chime in. She so can relate. She's 53. Okay. I'm right on your tail. When's your birthday? In November. Okay. So confidence in a cream. I love a little secret. When I put this, as I mentioned, I was in the It Cosmetics Facebook group and I asked what's their favorite under eye cream. And there was a little debate going on, but I was pleasantly surprised to hear that many of the women said what I was already doing. And that is I use this as my under eye cream and I love it. So I could recommend for you to get another under eye cream and you absolutely could. And It Cosmetics has a couple really good ones. But the truth is the ingredients in this are very similar to under eye cream ingredients. And so I thought I would try it and I'm really loving it. And I'm noticing I was using an under eye cream before I got that idea and started trying it. I've just had it morning and night and I do a little bit more at nighttime. I'm really noticing it working beautifully. So I'm really happy with it. So I love that. August 13th. Okay. Fashion would be awesome. Okay, great. I hope you tune in for it. Some really great ones. I'm doing one on resort wear too. So spring and summer resort wear. There's so many cute things on Amazon, but you have to dig. You really have to dig for those great ones. And some of them are really cheap when you get them and those all go right back. The ones that I'm showing you are ones that I'm really thrilled with. So happy with. So, and I can't wait to model. I think I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. So you might have to bear with me a little bit, but we are going to figure it out together. Okay. Let's see. Moving on from moisturizer. Okay, these last few are just little pampering extra things that I like to do. As many of you know, and as I've mentioned probably 100 times on this live, I do travel quite a bit. And so when I travel, that's my time to do my face masks and my little extra somethings. I find sometimes I don't really have time when I'm at home because I've got 3 kids and a husband and a dog and a, chaotic 2 careers and lots of stuff going on. So I'm always very busy. So I was actually inspired by my son, Jack, and his girlfriend, Charlie. And they were on an airplane together and they sent me a photograph. And it was the cutest thing I had ever seen. The 2 of them, she's got a ponytail on top of her head. I wish I had the picture with me. I probably do somewhere. And they have face masks on the airplane, the white face masks. And they are having so much fun. And I thought, with all that time you're in the air, why not have that be your pampering time? And so they totally inspired me. And I do, you guys, I know it's a little bit embarrassing, but I do these things when I'm on the airplane. I have my mirror, which is too far away for me to get, but you might have seen, if you've been in my Instagram, I have this mirror that can go in the seat back in front of me. and it's a mirror with the LED light, and it's got the 10 times magnifying mirror. And I will hook that in, and I will do my makeup or I'll do a mask, or I'll do the other thing I was going to show you guys. I love these under eye patches. Love, love, love. I do these on the airplane a lot. I can't believe I'm telling you guys all this, but the flight attendants love it. They're always asking me, what's that? What's that? Where'd you get that? So I ask the flight attendants for a cup of ice, and I put my my favorite little mini petite facial roller right here. I travel with this. I will not go on an airplane without this. I put it in a cup of ice, and I let it sit for a couple of minutes. It gets nice and cold because I get very puffy on airplanes. I do that. The water retention sets in, and so I'll do this under my eyes. I'm looking in my mirror, and I do my forehead and up above my lips, and it just revives and refreshes me when I'm on an airplane. And if I'm going to, be landing, we want to look good. We're usually going to visit someone we haven't seen, or for me, I'm either doing a show at HSN or I've got a meeting to go to. And so doing this little roller when I'm on the airplane is just another little, slice of pampering that I give myself. But in the carousel are 2 masks. I have always poo-pooed these sheet masks. I think of them as like little tchotchke gifts because they're like $3 and $4. I don't mean these in particular, but you see them everywhere, right? You see them at Target, Rite Aid, Walmart, everywhere. And who knows what's in those, and who knows if they work, and they probably ruin, who knows. But this brand and these 2 masks, they have several different, but these are the 2 that I love. These do really make a difference for me. And so I wanted to bring them on here because I will do these on the airplane. Yes, sad but true. And so this one is the Instant Lift and Firm and Hydro Serum Facial Mask. It's all natural. It is the age-defying one. They're a fiber material, and you're just going to put them right on your clean face. So typically when I fly, I usually have like a 6 a.m. or a 7 a.m., so I'll go makeupless, but it's clean face. And so I'll do this. I usually am flying to Florida, so a long flight. And you just leave this on for 15 or 20 minutes. And yes, it scares some people, but I won't do this if I'm sitting next to somebody. Just, I will tell you that. But I put this on for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I take it off. You don't even need to wash it off. Whatever is left on your face, I keep it on until I feel it really like has absorbed well. And then I take the fiber cloth off and I rub in whatever is left. And it really is a great result. So I love this one. The other one I really like is the Brighten and Tighten. I'm not sure which one I like more. I like them both. So I kind of interchangeably do them. I try to do one, even when I'm not traveling, I try to do at least once a week, one of them. But sometimes it ends up being once, a couple times a month. But it is just that little, if you're going somewhere special, if you have a special event, doing a mask like this, and they're so affordable, what you're seeing in there, you're going, that's not that affordable. But that's because it's a pack of 6. So each one is $3 or $4, and it does make a difference. I feel like I've had a facial when I do this. So a $3 or $4 facial for me is worth it. And then Patchology makes these great gel under eye patches that are really hydrating. That's probably my biggest issue now that I've got my dry skin under control, is the dehydration under my eyes and the fine lines. I'm starting to get the dark circles, which I never had before. I could never relate to that when people would talk about it, but I am starting to get those now. Puffiness is not such a big deal for me, except for when I'm traveling, because I use that beauty pillow. So it elevates my head. I put the beauty pillow on top of a regular pillow. And so that's something, if you don't already do it, and if you're dealing with puffiness when you wake up, if you can elevate your head above your heart, that makes all the difference, because the fluid, if you're laying flat, the fluid is just settling. It's just building there. That's why we wake up with the puffy eyes. So when you elevate, the fluid is draining. And so you're not going to wake up with those puffy eyes. So that's really true. But if I'm going to do a big TV show or something like that, I always like to do the little patches before something important or special, or if it's a wedding or a big event. These are my go-to, and they have all different ones. This is the illuminating eye gels. And so that does kind of brighten, and it really hydrates. I feel like the fine lines are gone. How long that lasts, I'm not sure, but when I look in the mirror, they're gone. Let's see. Lindsay says this was a great segment, Marcy. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. And thank you guys for all hanging with me. I told you guys I was going to do a giveaway, and I am. So I am going to ask you a question and see who knows the answer to it. And the first person that answers is going to win a mini facial roller. And it comes in, and this is by Jenny Patinkin, and these are fabulous. This is my travel go-to, as you know. It comes in this cute little crock thing here, little pouch with the rose gold. Okay, so my question is, what was the original name of my favorite body scrubber that used to be an infomercial product way back in the day? It has a new name and a new look. Who knows what the original name was of this product? Anybody? Oh, is that Buzzy? I mean, busy. Hi. Did you just jump on? You're so late, but I'm so happy you made it. And you can always rewatch it. Definitely. So I'm so glad you're here. So if anybody knows the name of it, if not, we're going to roll over the giveaway to Thursday night's show. So I know we have a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to wait a few seconds. And while I'm waiting, does anyone want to share what their favorite product was tonight? Is there anything that you learned about, a product that you learned about, or a tip that you learned about that you didn't know before tonight? I would love to hear that. She's going to rewatch it. Great. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? I would love to know. I love when you come on here. You're always so much fun. And this was a great show. I love sharing all these items because these are the items that are making a difference in my skin as my skin is changing so quickly. Let's see. Okay. I think we don't have an answer to that question. So I'm not going to tell you the answer. And we're going to roll it over to Thursday night. So I hope you come back here on Thursday night at 5:00. And that's 5:00 West Coast time, 8:00 East Coast time. And if you haven't already, please follow the storefront so that you're always made aware when I do go live so that you can jump on, even if it's just for a little bit, or if it's not a subject that interests you, that's okay too. And you can pass and come back the next time. So again, thank you for being here. It is really a pleasure for me. It is so much fun. And here is to Living Beautifully Over 50. Bye-bye, everybody.